Welcome to Manga Mavericks on TV! Finally, with this one, I decided, you know what, we should just talk about these TV shows as their own separate podcasts instead of lumping them into movies. We might as well just have our own podcast for TV shows.
I mean, they all get posted
the first thing that we need to do is figure out what the catchphrase for Manga Mavericks on TV are. Like, should the catchphrase be, welcome to Manga Mavericks on TV, even though we're not on TV, you're listening to this on the internet. Should that be the catchphrase? What do you think?
I think we should go with that. That sounds funny.
Right. You're just not creative enough to think of your own, right? You just want to go on with it and just move on to the next thing. But fine. You know what? That's right. That's okay. Because we're going to be talking about something really cool. We're going to be talking about another Netflix show. We're going to be talking about Castlevania. That's right. The animated series that's been made by Federator Studios, I believe. You're not gonna back me up on that?
Yeah, I think
it's Federator Studios and Powerhouse, dude.
Yeah,
so, yeah.
And then Shadi Ankar, I think.
What?
The guy who's helming the production.
The guy who's helming the production. It's directed by a guy called Sam Dietz, and it is written by Warren Ellis. Warren Ellis is famous for several comics that he's written, including the story arc, which Iron Man 3 is based on. So that makes me surprised that you're a fan of this show, considering he wrote the story that's baseline for what is clearly your favorite Marvel movie.
Okay, that's who I was thinking of. Adi Shankar is the showrunner. Okay, yeah.
But yeah, so Warren Ellis wrote this. He wrote the original treatment for this back in 2007. This has been in production for a pretty long time, and these scripts have been going through rewrites for like 10 years.
Maybe that's why I like it, because all the Iron Man shittiness has been ripped out of it by now.
To be fair, he wrote the storyline that Iron Man 3 is based off of, not Iron Man 3.
Oh, okay. No wonder I like it then. It's not the actual shit writing.
Yeah. And his previous television work, he's only done a few projects, but he has done a bunch of the Marvel anime stuff, which I have not heard
I haven't heard good things about we're talking like the old Marvel anime stuff, not stuff like Disc Wars and...
yeah, we're talking about stuff from 2010 to 2011.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I haven't heard good things about that. Disc Wars is apparently okay, though.
Aside from that, he worked on G.I. Joe Resolute, a Tomb Raider animated series for like 2 episodes, and he did one Justice League Unlimited episode.
Which one?
Darkheart. I don't know what that is.
I don't remember that one off the top of my head.
Yeah, so he hasn't had that much television work necessarily. I mean, he wrote like all of the Marvel anime shows that he did, I guess, but... You know, he's still not, like, known for his television stuff. He's known for his comic stuff. But either way, he clearly was a big fan of this franchise because he did it right. And from what I've heard, you know, a part of why this took so long is that Konami and Kojima, you know, they really, like, were active in the process of this being made. And
Kojima was involved?
Who is the guy who does Castlevania? Like, who is
the big... I mean, there's...
Who is the guy who, like, created Castlevania? I thought it was, like, some guy called...
No, Kojima's Metal Gear said...
Oh, I'm thinking about Igarashi Koji?
Koji Igarashi left Konami.
Yeah, he left Konami.
He's technically not he didn't create Castlevania. He's a producer on the GBA games, and... Yeah, he created the whole concept of Metroidvania, where it's, like, Castlevania kind of mixed with, like, the original Metroid feel.
Right, but he worked heavily with, you know, the production. Like, Igarashi and Ellis worked together to, like, hone down the writing of this film and stuff.
Yeah, it was Igarashi.
Yeah, okay, so the Kojima I was thinking about was Ayami Kojima, who did the arts for Castlevania Symphony of the Night, which the show's art style is heavily based off of. Okay, so that's the Kojima I was thinking about, not the Kojima.
Not Metal Gear Kojima.
Not that Metal Gear Kojima. See, I don't know video games. I've never played these Castlevania games. You've played the first 2?
I've not played the first. I played Super Castlevania 4 and then the GBA Castlevanias and the DS Castlevanias.
Okay.
So this is based off Castlevania 3.
Yeah, Castlevania 3 Dracula's Curse. So we have no firm reference about this as an adaptation because we never played that game. But, you know, I don't think you need to play the games to enjoy this show because this show is really good time all on its own.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, like, we watched the first episode with a few people who had played Castlevania 3, and they said it was a very good, strong impression. So I think whether you're a fan of Castlevania 3 or not a fan of Castlevania 3 or whatever, I think will be able to go into this and enjoy it all the same.
That's true. So I think, like, what's impressive about the show is, like, just the animation and also just its storytelling. Like, the show is really well polished. Like, it looks really good, and the animation, it's pretty exciting. Like, the show knows how to do cool action scenes. I mean, I think it's really more about spectacle than choreography, because, like, what's really great about the show is just how violent it is, and that's just a lot of the entertainment value. The actual choreography is, okay. Like, the bar scene, that was probably the best in terms of choreography.
One running gag from the bar scene, though, is, like, them kicking each other's balls.
Yeah, I mean, that comes back in the fourth episode.
Yeah, which is so...
Alucard's balls.
He tries to kick Alucard's balls, and, like, Alucard's like, this is not a bar fight.
Yeah, that was great. Oh, that was good. See, there's some good humor in this. So it's not... So what I think, another thing that works about this show is that it's not bleak. Like, it knows how to have a light sense of humor, and even though, awful, horrible things are happening to people, it's like, yeah, enjoy the action, enjoy the spectacle, enjoy the fun times about this show. A lot of people did not care for the music about this show, and I don't remember it that well either.
Yeah, me neither.
And especially compared to the game score, which, we have heard because we did
the video game music tournament over on AR.
Yeah, the video game music tournament on Animation Revolution. We heard a lot of the tracks on there.
Yeah,
those are amazing tracks. So, yeah, we can definitely understand that based on what we know of the soundtrack. So
they should have just ripped the video game music and added it in the background.
I honestly expect someone is going to rip this show and then replace the music score.
Oh, I'm sure someone's already done that.
Someone's going to make an edit of this show with just the music from the games and.
But yeah, I mean, talking about, I guess the overall tone is that even the characters, like, you think that, like, maybe they'd like depict Trevor Belmont as kind of this edgy protagonist who's like, I guess, like, super serious and all this stuff. But no, he has a bit of humor to himself. Like,
well, he's kind of jaded and kind of given up on, like, doing right and, like, fighting back. He's like, whatever. He's kind of gone a little bit nihilistic. Like, nothing matters. Like, who cares? Everyone's corrupt. What humanity's gonna die. Whatever. I'll just watch them all burn. But I don't have any obligation to help these people. They cast me out, whatever, man. But when he sees people in front of him in trouble, like, he becomes a real leader, and he becomes a real hero. Like, he helps the old man when he sees that he's being picked on. Yeah. He ultimately rallies the town to fight back against the demons. And he leads them to basically victory. I mean, at least saving themselves. So he is a good person. He's just been, like, let down and disappointed by life so many times that he's sort of given up, but deep in his heart, like, the heart of a true hero still beats.
The heart of the Belmont bloodline lives on!
So the guy who did the music of the show also did the music for Iron Fist, so maybe that's another reason why.
Oh, God. The live-action Iron Fist.
Yes, the live-action Iron Fist.
No! Did you ever finish Iron Fist, Sid?
No, and let's not talk...
Don't finish it. Never finish it. It didn't happen, Sid. It's not real.
Well, it's gonna be referenced when they do Defenders, right? So.
When I watch Defenders in like a week or whatever, I forget when it comes out, but I'm just gonna mentally replace Iron Fist with, like, I don't know, a Teletubby.
What?
Because a Teletubby is a far more deep and complex character than fucking Danny Rand and his shitty writing.
What about in this show, Castlevania? Would you call any of these characters deep? I definitely think Trevor is an interesting character. But would you say that any of these characters have layers to them? I guess I would say
I think Trevor does have layers to him because, like you said, he's depicted as kind of this jaded person who's kind of been outcast from society because the Belmonts were outcast from the church and everyone, is devoted to the church. But at his core, he still has the heart of kind of a warrior, of a hero. He wants to protect the people, even if they don't want to be saved.
Yeah,
because deep down, he still cares. He still wants to save people.
Yeah, I mean, he's going out of his limb to help people who are trying to kill him. He's just doing the right thing, because that's the right thing to do.
Like, at the same time, in the final episode, when he's fighting Alucard, he's also, like, gets to this point where, like, he and Alucard can essentially just commit, like, double kill.
And he's like... Rakugo Shinju. A real Rakugo Shinju. Double suicide.
Yeah. But, like, in that moment where Alucard says, you know I could rip your throat out right now, Trevor Belmont's like, all I need to do is kill you and then my life has purpose. Like, for him, it's... Yeah, sure, he wants to protect people, but also, it's also near his desire just to keep fighting. He feels that if he continues on the legacy of his family, his life was worth living.
Right, there's that quote, like, we're not afraid of dying, we're afraid of living while not having done the best we could have done. Or basically
and for them, it's fighting the demons, killing Alucard, or killing Dracula, any kind of dangerous monster that could hurt human beings.
Yeah, well, he didn't really know what Alucard's truth was. Because Alucard was...
He mistook Alucard for Dracula.
Yeah, and Alucard was being, like, really coy about, like, who he was. Like, you can blame Trevor for, attacking Alucard, because Alucard was, like... really looking to pick a fight. Like, what Alucard was doing is that he wanted to test Trevor's strength.
Yeah.
Because he also was aware of this, like, legend about this chosen one or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, that a
scholar and a hunter would come and find him.
Yeah. So, he was aware of that legend, so he's trying to test him to see if he was worthy, and, like, he could team up with him to help take down his daddy. But, yeah. I would say that the characters are interesting just in general. My favorite episode is probably the first episode with Dracula, because it's just such a great villain backstory. Because you see, like, Dracula meeting his wife, who apparently is never shown in the games. Like, Lisa Tepes, she's never shown in the games. This is, like, the first time she's actually been depicted in something, which is really interesting. But, we learn the backstory, we see, like, how this woman, like, really changed him, and, like, made it start humanizing him, and made him want to go see the world, and, like, Alucard is their son, so, they had been in a relationship for, like, 20 years or whatever. Like, this was a long time. That, she had meant something to him. And so you can feel his devastation when he hears about, like, her being burned as a witch, and, like, him just getting enraged, and, like, I'm totally on his side. Like, fuck those people. Like, they can go die. They're celebrating, like, burning that woman alive, I'm totally on Dracula's side.
I love when the fucking Pope, like, makes his, like, announcement a year later after, like, Dracula gives his warning. And he just doesn't wait till the day is over. Yeah. He's just, like, at the, like, right before sundown, he's like, yes, we've won. Dracula didn't hurt us. And right when he says that, Dracula just comes out with his demons and rips the guts out of everyone.
Yeah, it's just really satisfying. It's like, in a way, I'm going to be kind of sad to see, they defeat Dracula eventually, because I kind of am on its side, like, kill all these people. These people suck. Except for the very few of them. Maybe those people should live. In that respect, Alucard is obviously the voice of reason. He's like, Dracula, you should just kill the guy who is responsible for killing her. But then again, you kind of side with Dracula when he says, you know what, they're all guilty, because they all could have stood up and said, hey, let's not behave like animals here. Let's think about this and do something rational instead of, like, burning this person alive for, like, no concrete evidence of being, like, a bad person, just, like, hearsay and suspicion. Like, what the heck, man? There's not, like, shades of gray here. Like, Dracula's obviously in the wrong, but you kind of can see why he, thinks the way he does, and, like, you're kind of on his side, because, those people, they sucked. And I was very satisfied that the bishop guy, who, led Lisa to her death, did die, he gets eaten alive, and like the best way, like all the demons like surround him in the church where he thinks he's safe. And, like the demons are like toying with him psychologically, saying,
God doesn't love you, but we do.
And let me give you a kiss. And the demon starts fucking eating him.
Yeah,
it's freaking great. I mean, I feel like they could have made that moment more satisfying. Just somehow, it's just if Dracula himself was there to deliver that crushing blow, but still, during the entire run of the show, I was like, oh my god, I hope this guy dies. Please tell me this fucker dies. And yes, thankfully it happens, and it is just so satisfying.
Yeah.
There's some interesting performances in this show because they didn't really choose voice actors. They chose people who were like just regular actors, and then they had them do voice acting roles. So these aren't seasoned voice actors.
Yeah, that explains a few things.
Yeah, but overall, I mean, you can kind of tell because it feels like these people aren't that used to voice acting necessarily.
Yeah.
But they don't give bad performances.
I mean, they're still actors, so they know what they're doing.
Exactly.
But if you compare it to like your average like anime voice actor or like regular cartoon voice actor, you can tell that there is like a bit of a kind of contrast in overall like experience.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, none of the performances sound particularly bad though. Alucard sounds fine. Dracula sounds fine. Trevor sounds fine. What's her face sounds good.
Silpha.
Yeah, Silpha. Yeah. So the voice acting wise, it sounds fine. You're not gonna be bleeding your ears or anything.
Yeah, I mean, I was more bothered by the voice acting in Children of Ether, and those are what normal voice actors, people who have done this for a while.
Yeah.
And in this show, a lot of these people haven't had big voice acting roles in the past.
Yeah. Overall, it was good.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't totally satisfied where they ended it. I mean, for one thing, it's clear that this was originally intended to be a movie in the way that it's constructed, because, like, episodes just will end just randomly before they move on to the next scene.
Yeah, none of the episodes have a particularly, like, established endpoint.
Yeah, there's no, like, central theme of every episode that, like, has a conclusive beginning, middle, and end. Like, it just all flows as one thing. It just feels like, yeah, they made this as a movie. But, like, the ending of episode 4 of this first season, like, it's just the gang gets together, and now they're gonna go fight Dracula, but it doesn't, like, end on this big, like, triumphant moment. It's just this normal scene, and, like, how the shot that ends is just zooming in on, like, Belmont Crest on Trevor as they like walk forward from like Dracula from Alucard's tomb. So it's like
really overall, it feels like one really long pilot.
Yeah, basically.
Which I guess it sort of is because it's already been renewed for a new season. It's going to be twice the episodes. It's going to be 8 episodes now. So I think they started out with 4 episodes to see if this would gain interest. Because let's face it, there isn't a very good track record with video game adaptions.
Yeah, this is the first, like, good one in a long time.
Like, you don't really see them. There's, like, Sonic Boom, which... Sonic Boom is fun, but it's skewed more towards younger audiences.
I don't know. Haven't you seen that meme going on recently about Knuckles being a feminist?
Yes, I've seen that. But, like, yeah, it has some good, like, kind of, like, fun moments that adults will enjoy, but I think at its core... It's for the, like, hardcore Sonic fans.
Or
and then
children.
Or children, which I fall into neither category. Sorry, Jonathan. But, yeah, I feel like, aside from that, like, you don't see a lot of good video game adaptations, even in, like, anime. Like, let's face it, we haven't had a good game adaptation anime for a long time, barring, like, Rage Bahamut.
Yeah.
Which, I'm not even sure if we should count that, because they essentially... took the premise and then did their own thing with it.
Yeah, I mean, kind of like Kimono Friends is another one people would point to, and that's also kind of like the game for that didn't even come out.
No, the game for that did come out. It was like an online game. I think it ended before the show came out.
I don't think it even came out before the show.
I'm pretty sure it came out.
I'm pretty sure it got scrapped before the show came out.
Did it? I'm gonna check.
Yeah. Like
Kimono Friends. But why do people like Kimono?
Okay, I guess you're right. The smartphone app was shut down like a month before the anime premiered.
Why do people like Kimono Friends?
I think it's actually a good show.
Is it?
Yeah.
It took them 7 episodes to animate the wheels on the bus.
Well, in spite of its animation, like the actual like themes and the what it's actually about is supposed to be really interesting.
Goddamn, now I have to watch Kimono Friends.
Like, no one thought the show was good from the first episode, but like, as people kept watching, they realized, oh, this actually has messages behind me. It takes place in this post-apocalyptic world, and there's some interesting stuff going on in the background of the show. You should watch this. So, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, Castlevania, one of the best
not
video game
Castlevania podcast. But yeah, Castlevania is good. Castlevania is entertaining. I don't know if it's like I can't speak to like any of its imperfections really because I can't compare it to the game. I can't.
Before the next season comes out, I'm gonna go buy Castlevania 3 off Virtual Console and play through the entire thing.
Yeah, you know what? Maybe finally this is the show that will get me to play a video game that isn't Pokemon.
Maybe. I mean, you can play Castlevania 3 on your 3DS.
Yeah, see? There you go. I will do that, maybe.
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 He's not gonna do it.
Hey, I will do it. I have a year, or however long it's gonna take me to make
Probably a year? I don't know.
Probably more than a year, probably 2 years.
No, probably a year, I think.
It takes a while to make a show, dude.
Yeah, but we get Voltron seasons like once a year.
Yeah, but I don't know. I guess it depends on how much resources you allocate to this. What the production timeline will look like, I don't know.
True.
Yeah, Castlevania is fun.
Yeah, not much more to say. It's 4 episodes. If you don't like it, you're not going to be wasting much of your time. If you do like it, it'll be a good time investment. So yeah, you can't really win or lose here. It's worth your time.